Hi, Miesha Tate and Ketlen Vieira. So Miesha Tate, she's coming into the octagon. Ketlen Vieira is trying to come into the octagon. She has like a crazy ring walk that she always does, where she does like this ritual. Ketlen Vieira, she's always singing that exact song, and it's always that exact play music that she has when she runs out to the octagon. She always does that little ritual where she prays before she enters the octagon. The glove touch, and let's break down the fight. So the first round, in my opinion, I thought Ketlen Vieira won the first round. Why did she win the first round? Because she was able to just control the distance and land more punches, and she was able to defend the takedown at the end, and she was able to control distance. That's one of the main things in this fight, that Ketlen Vieira was able to control distance, and every time that Miesha Tate would come on the inside and try to throw, she would hit her with the jab and make her reset. And then the right hand was landing. The right hand was money for Ketlen Vieira throughout this fight. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why she wasn't throwing more of it. As you guys can see, Miesha's just darting in and out of range. She's going here. She's going back. She just keeps moving in and out of range so that Ketlen doesn't have much of a target. And, there you guys can see Ketlen throwing a leg kick. She lands a couple leg kicks in the fight. But primarily it's the right hand and the left hand and the uppercut left hook that Ketlen Vieira is throwing. Now, as you guys can see, the clinch position here, Miesha's dominating in the clinch. Honestly, the first round, you could give it to Vieira or Tate because it was pretty close. It was a pretty close first round. Very close first round. As you guys can see, Ketlen Vieira goes for a takedown. Miesha defends very well, pushes the head down, goes for the switch. And second round, more of the same, really. There wasn't really much grappling in this fight, even though, Miesha was enforcing the grappling. But the thing is, when I saw the grappling from Ketlen Vieira, I was like, why the fuck are you grappling? Your coaches told you, and the game plan going into the fight was don't grapple with her. Keep the fight standing. And then Ketlen Vieira, the little doofus, doesn't listen to her corner and goes for a takedown and gets stuffed. Don't you think there's a reason why your corner told you not to go for takedowns? Because they knew that Miesha's a wrestler and it's going to take a lot of energy out of Ketlen for her to take down Miesha, and then you may never recover. Exactly. And she didn't listen to her corner like an idiot. But the second round starts. She's touching her. But I think Miesha won the second round, in my opinion. Just because she was able to land the bigger shots and she was just able to hit her more, touch her more, control the distance and control the middle of the octagon and enforce the pace and come forward. So I think going into the third round, it was 1-1. There you go. Miesha's landing a left hook and Ketlen Vieira's landing a right hand. The jab was money as well for Ketlen Vieira this entire fight. The jab was just landing. And the right hand, that was money too for Ketlen. She was not missing the right hand. I'm not sure why she didn't throw more. I think it was her timidity that kind of let Miesha creep back into the fight, because 1-1 going into the third. Now the third round, I thought Ketlen won the third round. Now the fourth round, Miesha started to take a little bit more risk, and she started to come forward and throw with more recklessness and take more chances because she feels the fight is slipping away. So going into the fourth round, this is the fourth round here. I think it's 2-1 for Ketlen Vieira. Now this is the fourth round. Miesha's putting on the pressure. She's coming forward. She's throwing more. She's taking more chances, and she's going to the clinch. She's going for takedowns, and she's actually able to take Ketlen down in the fourth round. And that's why I think Miesha won the fourth round, but it was also pretty close. And then the last round, Miesha's taking more chances, but Ketlen's touching her more, countering her at times, and just keeping her at bay, throwing the left hook and throwing the uppercut before that. That was the best combination that I saw in the fight. Honestly, looking at the fight when I first saw it, I thought Ketlen won. I thought Ketlen won 3-2. But I wouldn't be surprised if the judges give it to Miesha, if they give Miesha 3-2, because It was a very close and competitive fight. I think the timidity from Ketlen Vieira is the reason why she wasn't able to put a stamp on her on the fight and win the fight outright and make it no question. And I think Miesha, it's just her timidity as well. They were both too timid. They weren't willing to take enough risk to try and finish the fight. And why would you? Because if Miesha takes more risk, she was getting tagged up every time she came on the inside. Every time she comes on the inside and comes forward, Ketlen's just throwing heat. And then Miesha's forced to go backwards. And going backwards is not. Miesha can't fight going backwards. She cannot box going backwards. So Ketlen was actually winning the fight going forwards if she was putting pressure on Miesha, and Miesha's going backwards. She can't fight going backwards. That's not her specialty. So if you put Miesha on her back foot, that's where she's not gonna do as well. And if Ketlen put more pressure on her, she would have won the fight outright. There would be no question. But because of her complacency and because she wanted to coast to victory, Miesha was able to creep back into the fight and make it competitive. I still think Ketlen won the fight, but if the judges give it to Miesha and she wins, then I don't really care. I think if that happens, then okay. I mean, she deserves to lose because she wasn't taking enough chances. And in a close competitive fight like this, you have to take chances, Ketlen. You got to try and knock your opponent out. You got to take more chances. She didn't do enough for me, in my opinion. Just in my humble opinion, she didn't do enough to put a stamp on the victory. She kind of was willing to coast to victory. I guess she's not getting paid enough money or something, but yeah, it just wasn't a good performance in my opinion from Ketlen. I think Ketlen was losing more than Miesha Tate was winning the fight, if that makes any sense. Yeah, Ketlen just could have won the fight if she tried more, and Miesha did her best. So that's why I can respect Miesha. Miesha put it all out there. Ketlen kind of kept her cards in her back pocket. She didn't show her hand, and the fight's over. The fight's finished, and you still didn't show your hand. That makes no sense whatsoever, Ketlen. You should have put the pace on. You probably could have got Miesha out of there in the third or fourth rounds if you put the pressure on. But she was getting hit. She was getting hit coming forward. But at times, if she angled out and threw, then she would have got Miesha out of there. But just a lot of technical mistakes from Ketlen Vieira. And I like the fact that Miesha and Ketlen Vieira's respective grappling is so good that they canceled each other out. They canceled each other out, and the fight was 95% of the time, actually 98 or 99% of the time, was on the feet striking. I was pretty impressed with Miesha's evolving striking level, and I was impressed with how Vieira was able to just counter Miesha every time she tried to come on the inside and throw punches. She would just counter her or make her reset with the jab. Beautiful fight. It wasn't that entertaining. It was an okay fight. I loved how Miesha was just showing a lot of heart. She put her heart on her sleeve and she put it all out there. Beautiful performance by both ladies. And who do I want to see Ketlen Vieira fight next? Honestly, that's a good question. I don't mind seeing Irene Aldana rematch, but that doesn't make too much sense. Irene Aldana knocked her out with a left hook. I don't want to see that again. Let's see who's in the top 5. Who can we throw her to? Maybe a Jermaine Durandamy fight or an Irene Aldana fight, or I don't know. There's a lot of females she can fight in the top 5, or she can fight someone in the top 10. Yeah, there's a lot of options for her. I think Miesha, if she lost this fight, I don't know what the decision is because I wanted to make this video. I think Miesha should maybe fight someone else or fight someone in the top 10. Yeah, just shop around for an opponent. I'm pretty sure you'll find someone. I don't really have much demand for Ketlen Vieira. The fights I want to see is Irene Aldana versus Jermaine Durandamy. That is the fight to make at bantamweight. But honestly, looking at this performance, I don't think either fighter is going to pose a threat to Amanda Nunes. I honestly don't think that's the case. I think Amanda Nunes finishes Vieira and she finishes Tate in the first round or the second round. So it wouldn't even be a competitive fight, but that's my opinion. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out. Peace, guys.